Jacqueline, not a day goes by that I don't think about how blessed I am to have you in my life. I think of all the memories we have created together and it makes me so joyful. You've been a light in my life. You made me a better person, man, Christian. And for that I am forever thankful. I promise that in this life we share together, you will never be without love, comfort, and support. Because I will always be there to provide those things for you. I promise to put God first in our lives. To always strive to help our relationship together grow. I promise that no matter how wild the storms that may come our way, I will always be here to weather them with you and pick up the pieces together once it has passed. I vow to choose us every single day, to always support your dreams and passions. Your smile makes me smile. And I will never grow tired of watching you light up a room with your positive energy. I promise that our relationship will never see itself simply contented. Our life together will be one full of adventure and laughter shared. Nothing makes me happier than knowing I will get to see your beautiful smile for the rest of my life. I'm glad to have found the person who makes me feel both at ease and so alive at the same time. I know that fire is one that not everyone is so lucky to have found, and I promise that it will never be taken for granted. You have my heart always, Jacqueline. I love you so much. Before it's over.
Josh, you came into my life at exactly the wrong time, or so I thought when we first met 6 years ago. Little did I know how much I would come to cherish your love and support through all of the triumphs and tribulations of the years to come. Marathon study sessions, medical boards exams, U.S. Capitol Police training, the loss of our loved ones, and years of making long-distance work. These things have all pushed the boundaries of what I thought we could endure. But you showed me we could face these challenges together, growing even stronger and deeper in love. You have stuck by my side through the best and the worst of times and loved me as I am. I'm so grateful that God brought you into my life. I love you with all my heart for everything you are and everything you're not. As your wife, I promise to celebrate your wins and pick you up from your losses. I promise to honor our love and commitment whether you are near or states away. I promise to choose you even through tough times and do my best to practice the same patience, kindness, and forgiveness you have shown me. I even promise to love you if you go bald, which you inevitably will. One lifetime with you isn't enough, but it's all we have, so I promise to cherish every second. I love you. Ooh, I'm gonna go.
Call you when I need you, my heart's on fire. You come to me wild and wild. You come to me, give me everything I need. Give me a lifetime of promises and a world of dreams. You speak the language of love like you know what it means. And I can't be wrong. Take my heart and make it strong. You're You're simply the best, better than all the rest, better than anyone I've ever met. And I'm stuck on your heart, hang on every word you say, tear us apart. Baby, I would rather be dead. In your heart I see the start of every night and every day. In your eyes I get lost, I get washed away. Just as long as I'm here in your arms, I can be in no better place. You're simply the best, better than all the rest, better than anyone I've ever met. And I'm stuck on your heart.
Wise men say only fools rush in, but I can't help falling in love with.
Through the convenience of technology, we have Jacqueline's grandpa here. Thank you for being here. I have a question for you, sir. Who gives this woman away to this man?
I do, Jacqueline's grandfather, and I give Jacqueline, this beautiful bride, to Josh, this beautiful man, groom.
He is
And you both have my blessings on this holy day of matrimony. And I love you both.
Love you.
Grandpa, thank you.
Thank you, Grandpa.
You're welcome. Carry on.
As we begin, Bella McLone, a cousin of the groom, is going to start us off with a reading.
Hi, everybody. Josh has requested that I read a poem for you all today that he feels describes the love that him and Jacqueline share. It's called The Gift. In you are flowers and firelight, stars and songbirds, the scent of summer, the stillness just before dawn. I love you today, dressed in glory. I will love you always, dancing, singing, reading, making, planning, arguing. I will love you cantankerous and tired, courageous and in terror, joyful, fearful, and triumphant. I will love you through all weathers and all change, for all you are is precious to me. And every day I live with you and share your love is a gift to me. Thank you.
I will love you when you're cantankerous. What a gift and a promise, Josh. I like that a lot. That the love that you have is just beginning. And to think, so many years ago, where we started, at a house party, meeting up, 2 college students, one excited to go out and have a good time, the other excited to go back home and study books. I'll let you guess which one was which. It was at that party, the party before the party, that Jacqueline saw Josh, and it's rumored, I have it on good account, that she told a friend that he was cute, but she wouldn't dare date a younger man. Josh did not feel the same way. It was later that the two connected, once again, at a party. I'm seeing a theme and a trend here. But at this party, they sat down and they didn't move. And when I say they didn't move, what I mean is they sat there for 3 hours and talked. They talked about life. They talked about their studies. They talked about their family. And it was in that moment, as my son would put it, Josh was Twitter-pated. And Jacqueline was interested. Josh started reaching out and they started a courtship. After a few dates, Josh gathered up the courage to ask Jacqueline where this was going. To which Jacqueline said, "I'm going to med school. I don't know where you're going." And look at where we've come now. It was his persistence that won her heart. Add to that, it wasn't just his persistence, it was his persistence of character. No, she wasn't about to date a younger man, but Josh wasn't just a younger man. What she didn't realize was that he had character like she had never met before. He was patient and kind and gracious, and in her, Josh saw the world. A world of possibilities that he would wait for. And so a relationship sprung up. A relationship that has carried them from that day to this day. A relationship that we have gathered together to celebrate and to join in God's holy state of matrimony. Josh and Jacqueline and I had an opportunity. We met and we talked a little bit about how they would like the ceremony to go. Interestingly enough, they chose a passage of Scripture that I have never used for a wedding ceremony. They chose a passage from Proverbs chapter 3. Proverbs chapter 3 may be unfamiliar to most of us, but it is very applicable to this couple. It begins as such: "My child, do not forget my teaching, but let your heart keep my commandments. For length of days and years of life and peace they will add to you." Yesterday at the rehearsal, your mama was sharing with me, Jacqueline, that she would tell you about the love of God. And she would reinforce that over and over and over and over again, possibly to the point that it started to annoy you. But that you've noticed how that has blessed your life, how that shaped your life. The author of Proverbs continues by saying, "Let not steadfast love and faithfulness forsake you. Bind them around your neck, write them on the tablets of your heart. In doing so, you will find favor and good success." Now, here's what I find interesting about that phrase. Because for both of you, knowing what you've shared about your family and what I've learned about your family over the last couple days, is that both of you come from a place that regards faith as important. And you've wanted to build upon that faith in greater measure. And so when Solomon writes about finding favor and success, later he says in Proverbs chapter 18 verse 22 that he who finds a wife has found favor. He who finds a husband finds favor. And this is why, Jacqueline, I said it was so fitting. Because in Josh, you didn't just see another guy. You saw the character of a husband that could be. Notice Solomon doesn't say, he who finds a man or a woman, a boyfriend or a girlfriend. He instructs, go and find a wife and you will find favor. See, from time to time, what gets people in trouble is they'll think to themselves that they will become a person of character. Just give it more time. For the two of you, you have found people of character. And today you declare, you are mine. And in it, you will find greater success than you've experienced up to this point, which is saying something, because I was on the phone with someone earlier talking about the two of you, about how successful you've been up to this point. So what the Lord has in store for you, I can only imagine. At the end of that portion of text, Solomon offers a guide, which I think is appropriate for this moment as we begin the course of the rest of your life. Solomon says, "Trust in the Lord with all your heart and do not lean on your own understanding." If you lean on your own understanding in marriage, there's going to be a lot of pain. Josh, there will be times that you look at your wife and you think to yourself, what in the world is she thinking? Jacqueline, there will be moments, and I'm sure they have already come up, where you think to yourself, is he thinking? And it's there that Solomon reminds all of us, not just the two of you, but all of us, to trust in the Lord, to not lean on your own understanding, but to acknowledge Him and that He'll make your path straight. If you do that for one another, the Lord will ensure that your path is straight as this aisle you will walk down later. Don't just rely on your own understanding. Look to the Lord. Let Him guide how you treat one another. May it guide how you love one another in sickness and in health, in richer or poorer, as we will say later, in the good times and the rough times. If you acknowledge Him, He will make your path straight. That is a promise from the Lord. Today is a beautiful day. It's a day we celebrate. It's a day that we will commemorate. And so with that, I'd like to turn to the expressions of intent. Both of you guys are like, let's do it. The expressions of intent historically have been a time where a couple expresses their intentions moving forward. Joshua, if you agree with these intentions, I'm going to ask you to respond by saying, I will. Josh, do you take Jacqueline to be your wedded wife, to live together after God's ordinance in the holy state of matrimony? Will you love her, comfort her, honor and keep her in sickness and in health, and forsaking all others, be faithful only to her as long as you both shall live?
I will.
Jacqueline, it's your turn. If you agree with these intentions, please respond by saying, I will. Jacqueline, do you take Josh to be your wedded husband, to live together after God's ordinance in the holy state of matrimony? Will you love him, comfort him, honor and keep him in sickness and in health, and forsaking all others, be faithful only to him as long as you both shall live?
I will.
Earlier, Josh and Jacqueline expressed their own form of vows. They requested that they let more traditional vows be known. And so Josh, please repeat after me. I, Josh, take thee, Jacqueline,
Take Jacqueline
to be my wedded wife,
to be my wedded wife,
to have and to hold, from this day forward, for better or worse, for richer or poorer, in sickness and in health, to love and to cherish, till death do us part. Jacqueline, please repeat after me. I, Jacqueline, take thee, Josh, to be my wedded husband, to have and to hold, from this day forward, for better or worse, for richer or poorer, in sickness and in health, to love and to cherish, till death do us part. Do you have rings that you'd like to exchange? Fantastic. Oh, looky there. Though small in size, they represent so much. They communicate to the world that you liked it, so you put a ring on it. It tells all the ladies out there, hey, back off. He's someone else's. I've heard it stated at other weddings that a ring never ends. That it just continues around and around. And like the circle that never ends, so is there an opportunity for your love to never end. Jacqueline, would you take this ring and put it on Josh's ring finger? Josh, would you take this ring and put it on Jacqueline's ring finger? In your marriage, there will be moments where life will challenge you. In your marriage, there will be moments when you will feel like the person standing across from you is challenging you. And it's in that moment that on this day you have given each other a reminding gift. All you will need to do is look down at those rings and remember about the vows and the commitment that you've made for better and worse, in richer or poorer, in sickness, but may God bless you with health. At this point, we would like to invite the cousin of the bride up, Johnny Robinson, to do another reading of the Blessing of the Hands.
The Blessing of the Hands by Reverend Daniel L. Harris. These are the hands of your best friend, young and strong and full of love for you, that are holding yours on your wedding day, as you promise to love each other, today, tomorrow, and forever. These are the hands that will work alongside yours as together you build your future. These are the hands that will passionately love you and cherish you through the years, and with the slightest touch will comfort you like no other. These are the hands that will hold you when fear or grief fills your mind. These are the hands that will countless times wipe the tears from your eyes, tears of sorrow and tears of joy. These are the hands that will help you to hold your family as one. These are the hands that will give you strength when you need it. And lastly, these are the hands that even when wrinkled and aged will still be reaching for yours, still giving you the same unspoken tenderness with just a touch.
Heavenly Father, we want to start by thanking you for this beautiful day. We want to thank you for the commitment that Josh and Jacqueline have made to you, to one another. And Lord, it is our prayer that you will guide them and bless them as they start this new life. God, we pray that we can give them the support that they need as they also rely on each other for support. God, may their love grow stronger and stronger as the years go by. We give you the thanks, honor, glory, and praise that is forever yours. It is in your Son's precious and holy name we pray. Amen. Amen. And now we come to the part that everyone has been waiting for. Because some of y'all have been baking in the sun for a while. And Josh really just wants to get to the kissing part. So with that, with the expression of intent, the vows that have shared, the rings that have been passed as a sign and signal of your covenant to one another, I want to share, by the power invested in me in the state of Ohio, God's mighty church. Josh, you may kiss your bride. You should applaud for that.
I I got lipstick all over your face.
That's all right.
Okay, you might just want to look it off.
It is my great privilege and pleasure to present to you for the very first time, Mr. and Mrs. Weber. Let's give them another round of applause.
Feeling good. You know me, I'm all about my business. No apologies. I run a life fitness. Can't believe this moment. I'm free. No good, smell good is a vibe. Rocks on my wrist is about that die. I gotta go big 'cause I got that. Gotta go big 'cause I got one life. I'm feeling good. Getting better. Feeling good. I can't let it go. I'm feeling good 'cause I never say never. 'Cause I find my place where I'm always feeling good. I'm feeling good. Let's get wild. Now nobody's business. All day, all night. Yeah, we running like a limb. Never ever leaving this moment. Come with me. I'm feeling good. Getting better. Feeling good. I can't let it go. I'm feeling good 'cause I never say never. 'Cause I found my place where I'm always feeling good. I'm feeling good. Look good, smell good is a vibe. Rocks on my wrist is about that die. Gotta go big 'cause I got that. Gotta go big 'cause I got one life. I'm feeling good. Getting better. Feeling good. I can't let it go. I'm feeling good 'cause I never say never. 'Cause I find my place where I'm always feeling good. Getting better. Feeling good. I can't let it go. I'm feeling good 'cause I never say never. 'Cause I find my place where I'm always feeling good. Green eyes, fried rice, I could cook an egg on you. Late night game time, coffee on the stove. Yeah. Your sweet ice cream, but you could use a flake or two. Blue bubble gum twist around your tongue. I don't want you to get lost. I don't want you to go broke. I want you. Just 'cause I love you, babe, in every kind of way. Just a little taste. You know I love you, babe. Excuse me, green tea, music for a sushi restaurant. Farmers, alright. Music for a sushi restaurant. Music for a sushi restaurant. Music for whatever you want. I'm not going to get lost. I'm not going to go broke. Staying cool. I wanna hold you every day and every night. We'll be together With a roof right over our heads, we'll share the shelter of our single bed. We'll share the same room, but Jah provide the bread. Is this love, is this love, is this love, is this love that I'm feeling? Is this love, is this love, is this love, is this love that I'm feeling? I wanna know, wanna know, wanna know now. I got to know, got to know, got to know now. I'm willing and able, so I throw my cards on the table, 'cause I wanna love you and treat you right. I wanna hold you every day and every night. We'll be together with a roof right over our heads. We'll share the shelter of our single bed. We'll share the same room, for Jah provide the bread. Is this love, is this love, is this love, is this love that I'm feeling? Is this love, is this love, is this love, is this love that I'm feeling? I wanna know, wanna know, wanna know now. I got to know, got to know, got to know now. I'm willing and able, so
For those who do not know me, I'm John Stoddard, Josh's friend since he was about 5 or 6. And to give you perspective, I think Tim Couch was in his second year as the quarterback for the Browns. It was the first year of the show 24. And actually, our friendship's old enough to drink. So I'm up here today because of one of my favorite people in the universe. I actually have a book dedicated towards you. Jacqueline, this has a few things about our boy. So let's see. Joshua Blake Weber. Now, I've heard Mrs. Weber say that a few times, and trust me, you don't want to be around. I'm kidding. What kind of? Just to make sure that we're all on the same page, I'm going to go through a few of his aliases. So let's see. We got Josh Weber, Josh Man, Joshy Boy, Baby J, J Webb, Weber, Webman, Webster, Lechoke, Skip Jr., Officer Duffy, and the list goes on. So, but who is the man behind so many nicknames? Let's check it out. Maybe we should start with the physical feats. Did you know that Josh has the unofficial world record of consecutive hops? Just imagine somebody jump roping without a jump rope. The price of admission, just give him a video game controller and he will shatter the records. And we also have his world famous signature patented knuckle 3-ball. Imagine a knuckleball and a basketball shot. There's no spin. And instead of, stunning the batter, it stuns everybody that watches it. But if you enjoyed a few of his feats, I got a few skills that he also has. First, he can pretty much memorize any lyric to any song. I mean, if you got him in the car, just play the radio and he'll do it. And Jacqueline, if you're ever in the mood for Usher or John Denver, this is the guy to sing it to you. He's got some pipes. But to take a step back,
baby, let me.
We've grown up together for the last 21 years, and I got to teach him a few things, like ride a 2-wheel bike and the ski, and how to pull all-nighters. You know, when your parents come down when you're young and they're checking on you. Well, we used to listen for feet. We'd act like we're asleep, turn off the TV, and the second they go up, We turn it back on, get the video game controller, grab the Mountain Dew, and we're up all night. But one of the coolest things over that time was to watch your character grow. And so we'll go to the next chapter, his traits. And let's see a good one. Whew. All right, well, let's go with adventurous. So if you ever need a partner to go on a roller coaster or go into a haunted house, he's your guy. And if that's not your thing, I bet he'll tough it out on a few extravagant shopping trips. Right, Webb? Yeah. But I'm selling him short. He's a daredevil. The first time I took him out skiing, I skied down the hill a little bit, and I was looking up, and he's on the ski lift, and he decided that's like too boring to go the normal way. So he waited until the thing starts coming back. He's about 10, 15 feet in the air, and he jumps off. And he takes off. He comes down to me and acts like nothing happened. But kind of leads me into the next trait. He's a brave one. So once a year, as a ritual, we go into Mr. and Mrs. Weber's basement. I'm sorry about this, but we had a Royal Rumble. So a few of these guys are there, and it's pretty much a wrestling match where people are getting thrown around. And with Josh being the lightest, he'd be thrown into the walls, thrown into the ceiling, ultimately on the ground. But he was so brave, he invited us back to his birthday the very next year. So, but don't get me wrong, another trait of his, he's more than capable of protecting himself. Emerson and I know. If you want to see his 10th degree black belt, all you have to do is corner him, maybe in a couch or something. He kind of gets this look in his eye. And trust me, the best thing to do is just like this. I blinked one time. My hands were stuck to the back of my head, and he's reading me my rights, right? But let's see what else we got in here. All right. So he has some very strong priorities. He prioritizes his family, his religion, and his morals. I mean, he used to leave earlier than some of the rest of my friends to spend time with his parents in Mackenzie. I've always found that so admirable. This same guy would drive from D.C. back to all the way over here and back just to hang out for 6 hours. He's a great friend. But there's 80 pages in here, so I'm going to try to cut it short real soon. Let's see. Oh, yeah. So this one I could certainly vouch for. He's trustworthy. I mean, it's not like I can't, vouch for the other things in here, but some of the things he wrote, like best looking feed or paint like Picasso, is, But on a real note, I've always felt like he's had my back, that I can share anything with him, and he wouldn't make me look foolish in certain situations. But I cannot wait to meet your future children. I know they'll have 3 things. 1, they're going to have legendary toe cramps or calf cramps. I've seen him drop to the ground. It looks like somebody shot him. 2, they're going to have intense Taco Bell cravings. I mean, we used to go there for the $1 tacos, and we spent over $30. And for 3, they're going to be an excellent friend. He really is. But I'm just so happy for the both of you, and I can't wait to watch your relationship grow. And I love you both. And thank you so much for letting me be a part of your special day. To Jacqueline and Josh.
All right, so first off, I want to thank the bride and the groom for allowing me to speak on the most important day of their lives. Can I please get a round of applause for Mr. and Mrs. Weber? You know what, I'm also going to have everybody pick up their glass and a piece of silverware and just... Not you. You guys kiss. You guys kiss. All right, so Josh called me a few weeks ago, and he asked if I'd be willing to speak at his wedding. I responded quickly with excitement and enthusiasm, but I knew deep down inside that it was just payback for making him speak in front of 200 people at my wedding a few weeks ago. I knew this was just another cruel ploy to make me stand up in front of all of you and compliment him. But I'm completely honored to be chosen to speak today, and we'll see if I can conjure up the words that will allow me to even begin to top the speech that he gave me at my wedding. So Josh and I have been close friends for about 10 years. We became close in high school, and we then roomed together for 4 years at the University of Mount Union. One thing that drew me close to Josh was his commitment to his friends and to his family. Josh has always put his friends and his family first, and he has always gone out of his way to keep those relationships strong. He truly shows interest in each and every one of our lives, and he'll often go out of his way to learn something new about each and every one of us. Even while working in Washington, D.C., Josh has always made an effort to spend time with those he loves. It can't be easy living hours away from everybody, but Josh will make that 6-hour drive just to hang out for a single night. Josh is dependable, easygoing, calm-tempered, and he's been my go-to person to have those heart-to-heart conversations with since we met. Jacqueline is his perfect match. I don't think I've ever seen Jacqueline without a smile on her face. She's outgoing, easy to talk to, and an all-around genuine person. Both Josh and Jacqueline have dedicated their lives and their careers to helping others, and they are two of the most caring people that I know. Josh and Jacqueline have had a relationship most of us probably can't imagine. They've spent a majority of their time together apart, and by apart I mean roughly 400 miles apart. They have not lived under the same roof, in the same city, or even in the same state since 2018. But even though 400 miles separates them on a daily basis, here we are. Josh and Jacqueline have found a way to not only love one another, but to stay in love with one another even when they are separated. They still are able to spend valuable time together, and they cherish that time more than anything. They love to take trips and hike and do things outside together. Josh and Jacqueline have made the absolute best out of what we would call a tough circumstance, and that's certainly something that I look up to. I take partial credit in the formation of their relationship. We were at a social gathering, or a house party, as some of us would call, sophomore year of college, and I saw him looking intently in Jacqueline's direction. Josh expressed to me that he liked her and he wanted to talk to her, but I knew that he was going to need a nudge in her direction. I immediately assumed that he needed my help, so I walked away from him and approached Jacqueline. Our conversation quickly turned into me talking about Josh and asking what she thought about him, and I believe she responded by saying something like, "Oh, he seems nice." I eventually asked her if she'd be willing to exchange numbers with Josh, and she appeared surprised but very enthused. But she made it clear that she would be willing to talk to him, but he was going to have to do some work himself. I reapproached Josh, and I told him she was interested, and the rest is history. The first year of their relationship was mostly spent in the library at Mount Union. We would come home after a long day of class and track practice, and Josh would quickly gather his books and book bag together to meet Jacqueline at the library. At first, I didn't believe he was going to the library because I'd never seen Josh in the library, let alone mention his existence. I got to know Jacqueline quickly, and I realized that he was actually going to the library and why he was doing so. I believe Josh may have had some of his best grades that year, but he also had some of the best moments in building the relationship with Jacqueline. And then Jacqueline graduated. When Jacqueline graduated and was no longer at Mount, we saw a lot more of Josh, and he saw a lot less of the library. But that's how they made it work. With Jacqueline's extensive study regimen and Josh trying to balance school and athletics, that's how they were able to spend their time together. Josh was going to the library to be with Jacqueline because he knew what she needed to excel in school, and he was going to be there to support her in every way that he could. That was true then, and it continues to be true now as Jacqueline continues her studies and steps that it takes to be able to practice in the medical field. Josh and Jacqueline have portrayed a true example of what love looks like. They've allowed each other to follow their individual goals and dreams, and they have supported one another in reaching those goals, even when it separated them by so many miles. Jacqueline has been hard at work studying to become a doctor, and Josh has been hard at work building his career in the field of law enforcement. Those are both fields that require an intense amount of focus, and yet Josh is always there to support Jacqueline, and Jacqueline is always there to support Josh. Josh and Jacqueline, your love and support for one another is truly inspirational, and I cannot describe how happy I am for the two of you. Thank you so much for allowing me to be a part of your special day, and I can't wait to watch your love for one another continue to grow. Everybody please raise glasses, and let's cheers to the new Mr. and Mrs. Weber. Cheers.
That was wonderful, guys. Thank you both. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Emily. I am the beautiful, charming, intelligent, hilarious younger sister of the bride who just so... Haha, that was a joke. Who happens to be all of those things and then some. Thank you all so much for coming. I know that some of you have traveled a very long way to be here, and I know how much it means to Jacqueline and Josh, as well as to both of our families. So I hope everyone's having a great time, and I want to say thank you for being here. For as long as I can remember, Jacqueline has been my role model, my inspiration, my teacher, and my best friend. People frequently talk about the younger sister being in the older sister's shadow, but that was never an issue for us. We've never been competitive with one another, and I know that Jacqueline is so wonderfully exceptional in everything that she does that I was very happy to be in her shadow. Oh no, don't cry. I'm sorry. She is the type of person that can light up the room when she walks in it, and she has a huge heart, and that is one of the many reasons why I'm so proud of her. She is everything and more that I could ask for in a sister, which is how I know that she will be everything and more that one could ask for in a wife. But I honestly never thought anyone would be good enough for my sister because obviously she deserves the absolute best. I remember first hearing about Josh. As Pastor David mentioned earlier, Jacqueline was talking about this guy that she had met at Mount Union, but she thought he was cute, but she couldn't date him because he was too young for her, and we can all see how that turned out. They did begin dating, and my first thought after meeting Josh was, wow, those are some big ears. My second thought was that he should be pretty good at listening to my sister with those big ears of his, and the record shows that he is. Jacqueline and Josh have been living long distance from each other for the majority of the relationship, but they both taught me that with listening, communication, and commitment, distance isn't a factor. For over 6 years now, I have seen Jacqueline and Josh share the most genuine form of love. From the very beginning, they were in a trusting, supportive, and loving relationship, and looking at these two today, I see all of that and more. Like I said earlier, my sister deserves the absolute best, and I couldn't have handpicked a better man for her myself. Josh's selflessness, I'm gonna cry, and compassion is unmatched, and he's an extremely caring person, and he's always willing to help others in any way that he can. Every time Jacqueline was very, very stressed about the many, many, many exams that she had to take throughout med school, Josh was there to be her rock. I also never thought that anyone would be as protective of my sister as I am, but Josh sure is giving me a run for my money. Watching them grow together over the years has been very special for me, and they truly are perfect for one another. Although our dad isn't here physically with us tonight, I know that he is smiling down on the two of them. Sorry. Josh, my dad loved you so much and cared for you like a son, and that means a lot to our family. He was always very happy when you would go and grab food with him and get away from us girls from time to time. Even though I've considered you and your family of my own for a very long time now, it's very exciting to officially be able to call you my big brother. I happily welcome you to open arms with my family. You're a very, very, very brave man for taking that leap. I wish you both a lifetime of growth, happiness, and love, and I know that the Lord has his arms wrapped around you and your marriage, and I love you both so much. And with that, I would like to raise a glass to Jacqueline and Josh.
Jonathan, Zach, Emily, thank you. Those were beautiful speeches. Thanks for standing up. That was awesome. I just want to say hello, dear friends and family. My name's Craig, if you don't know me. I'm Joshua's father, and I'd like to welcome each of you here tonight and thank you for sharing this special day for Joshua and Jacqueline. I'm going to walk over here. Dear son, it is both an honor and a privilege to be your father. You have brought our family much joy, much laughter, love, and happiness. We have watched you over the years grow into the honorable man you are today. A man of integrity, courage, compassion, loyalty, and a passion for life and helping others. Know that we are so very proud of you, and we cannot be happier for you in your marriage with your amazing and beautiful wife, Jacqueline. Dear Jacqueline, we are so happy, so very happy to have you as our daughter-in-law. And we welcome you with our arms wide open into our family. It has been a beautiful privilege to watch your love for one another grow over the last several years. Thank you for loving our son so deeply and passionately. We have loved you from the first moment we met you. And it's easy to see why Joshua fell so deeply in love with you. You are truly a beautiful woman in every way. Now a little advice and wisdom. And well wishes. We wish you both the best that life and marriage has to offer. Seek first to truly understand one another before you yourself can be understood. Never stop holding hands. Listen to one another without judgment and with an open heart. Cast all thoughts or feelings of fear and resentment aside, and never stop dating one another. Hug each other often, and may you never forget why you fell in love. Yeah. So at this time, I'd like to offer up a toast to Joshua and Jacqueline. May your love and understanding for one another continue to blossom daily, and may each of your moments together be happy, peaceful, meaningful, loving, passionate, and bright. To Josh and Jacqueline.
Someday I wish upon a star, wake up with a clouds are far behind me, where trouble melts like a lemon drops high above the chimney top. That's where you find me, oh, somewhere over the rainbow, way up high. The dreams that you dare to, why, oh why can't
Your sense of wonder. You get your fill to eat, but always keep that hunger. May you never take one single breath for granted. God forbid love ever leave you empty-handed. I hope you still feel small when you stand beside the ocean. Whenever one door closes, I hope one more opens. Promise me that you'll give faith a fighting chance. And when you get the choice to sit it out or dance, I hope you dance. I hope you dance. I hope you never feel those mountains in the distance. Never settle for the path of least resistance. Living might mean taking chances, but they're worth taking. Loving.
You know there's a light that glows by the front door. Don't forget the keys under the mat. When childhood stars shine, always stay humble and kind. Go to church 'cause your mama says to. Visit grandpa every chance that you can. It won't be wasted time. Always stay humble and kind. Hold the door, say please, say thank you. Don't steal, don't cheat, don't lie. I know you got mountains to climb, but always stay humble and kind.
Coming out of my cage and